Hello there, grade 3. This activity is for pages 55 all the way to 58. Okay? So this is pages 55 to 58. Okay, there are two ways for us to break down numbers when subtracting. We have the dynamic and the static. Okay, you should watch the video first that I sent you before understanding these terms, yung static and dynamic. Okay? So let's proceed with static. Again, i-review lang natin. If you notice, for static, our digits, especially that belongs to the first one, no, they are bigger. For example, 8 and 4. So you can immediately say that this is a static subtraction because you don't need to borrow. Unlike in this case, you have 2 and 7. Obviously, you cannot remove 7 from 2. You cannot take away 7 from 2. So that's why kailangan ganito yung process natin. Okay, that's why it's called dynamic. Okay, so kailangan natin mag-borrow. That's why we have two separate processes for this one. Okay? Okay, let's erase this muna. For static, one should notice that it is static. Ano ang kailangan natin gawing una is for us to break down both numbers. Both numbers talaga. Ito and this one. Breaking down, separating the tens and ones. So that's 70 and 8. Also this one, separating the tens and ones, we have 30 and 4. Okay, so first things first, taking the tens value, we have 70 minus 30. And the ones, which is 8 minus 4. Okay, so for 70 and 30, you have 40. Okay, assuming that you already know how to do the process, no? So this is just to show you how it's done, okay? And next, 8 minus 4 will give you 4. So what do we do with these two? All you have to do is just to add them. 40 plus 4 will give you 44. So that's the process on breaking down numbers to get the answer that involves static subtraction, okay? Try natin ng ibang example. Just for us to understand further, let's say we have 67 minus 25. Okay. So breaking down both numbers again, separating the tens and ones, we have 60 and 7. And here we have 20 and 5. Okay, taking the tens value, we have 60 minus 20 and the ones, which is 7 minus 5. 60 minus 20 will give us 40. 7 minus 5 will give us, or 7 take away 5 will give us 2. All you have to do is to add these two numbers. So that's 40 plus 2, which will give you 42. So that's the answer the moment you are going to apply the process. Okay? So parang this is like a technique that if you were able to master this process, you'll be able to do it mentally. Okay, mentally, ibig sabihin, nasa mind nyo lang. Okay, by just simply looking at the number, try nyo daw. Why don't you try, no? Pero, although the book is basically giving you processes to do. Okay, anyway, so that's for static, and let's proceed with dynamic. Okay, for dynamic, we only need to make use of one number, and that is the second number. Okay? And we call the second number as the subtrahend. Okay, this is called the subtrahend, while this one is called the minuend. Okay, so i-breakdown lang natin yung ating subtrahend here, which is the 47. Okay, breaking down 47. What are we going to do with 47 here? Okay, we are not going to break it down like the one in static, basically separating the tens and ones. Instead, you make the ones place along with the tens equivalent to this value. Okay? So ang 40 will become 42. You're making the ones equal in value. Okay? So that it will be easier for us to subtract. And if you how many did you take away from 47 to make it 42? So if you're gonna count, that will basically give us 5. Okay? Breaking down 47 to 42 and 5. Ito dito medyo challenging because you really need to take note of how many units you are taking from one number. Okay? So ngayon, what's gonna happen here is all you have to do is to rewrite, taking this number first and this one, 82 minus 42. Okay? Ang nangyari ngayon dito will give us, okay, i-rewrite ko lang kasi wala nang space. Rewriting 82 minus 42. 82 minus 42, kasi nga if you notice, they all end the same, so which means the answer will always end with 0. Okay, that's the technique there para mas mabilis siya. It will end with 0. No more borrowing, diretso na ganyan. Okay. It will make the last number, or the last digit rather, as 0. All you have to deal with is the 8 and 4. 8 minus 4 will give you 4. So that's 40 in total. Okay? 40 in total. Then what do we do now? We have 40. And now we apply this number here. We're going to subtract that 5, which will leave us to 35. Okay, the answer for 82 minus 47 is 35. So, ganun lang kadali. Okay? Let's try another example para mas maintindihan natin. Let's say we have, erase na lang natin to ha, para hindi kayo maguluhan. Kasi na-overwrite ko pala kanina. Nalagpas sa boundary, kumbaga. Okay. So, for example, we have, ano ba? Let's say 94. Okay. 94 minus 59. Okay. So, if you notice, dynamic yan. You cannot take away 9 from 4. If you only have 4, you cannot take away 9. Okay? Ano, syempre naman. Okay. So, anong gagawin? Ano yung first step natin? We are going to break this down again, making it equivalent sa ones. So, this will become 54. Okay, notice we are making the ones place the same para mas madali nga. So, you will end up with an answer that will end with 0. Okay? Kasi mas madali. So, how many did you take away from 59 to make it 54? The answer is 5. Okay, you try to figure it out. Ginagawa lang, Teacher Mark is just explaining the process here for you. Okay? If nahihirapan, okay lang, count nyo. If you cannot get that mentally, immediately, then i-count nyo lang, 54 all the way to 59. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So that's 5. That's a total of 5. So, ang gagawin natin ngayon is to rewrite ito and this one. So, that's 94 minus 54. Again, we end with 0 yan kasi 4 minus 4 will give you 0. Okay? The same kasi eh. So, all you have to deal now is 9 and 5. 9 and 5 will give you 4. Oh, coincidentally, parehas yung process natin. Okay. What's with 40 and 35? Okay. So, erase ko lang muna ito ulit so na hindi kayo ma-confused. Okay. So, 40 na. You already know that it's 40. You're rewriting 40 again. Removing this number now, which is 5, which is equivalent to 35. Okay, coincidence yan na. Teacher Mark did not try to do that mentally in my head. Ganun lang talaga yun. It ended up that way. Okay, another example para lang mas maintindihan na hopefully we will not end up with 40 and 35. Okay. Ano ba? 73 minus, let's say, 49. Yan, siguro naman hindi na. Pero parang 30 pa rin. Erase ko na lang to. Okay, 29. Just to make sure. So, again, breaking this number down para magkaroon tayo ng equivalent. Same with 3. So, that's 23. How many did you remove from 29 to make it 23? 6. Mentally, 6. If you want to count it, start counting from 23 to 29. That's 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So, that's a total of 6. Then, here we go again. We have 73 minus 23. So if you notice, parehas lang yan. So that ends with 0. And 7 minus 2 will give you 5. And later on, proceeding with the process, we have 50, removing this from 50. So that's 50 minus 6, which will leave you 44. So that's it. That's for pages 55, 56, 57, 58. Okay, dalawa yan. Combined yan, static and dynamic. For pages 55 to 56, that's dynamic. Okay, dynamic yan. And for the remaining naman is, for 55 and 56 is static rather. And for the remaining pages, which is yung 57 and 58 is dynamic. Okay na. So that's it for, this is an extension to the main video that you're supposed to watch. Okay, thank you.